person that actually did it, okay? All right, so the first person is our Rookie of the Year.
Uh-oh.
She hit $1.115 million. That's Jennifer Abron.
Oh!
You bringing out the hardware now. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? We ready. We ready. All right, so can you sit on one of these stools? Okay.
It's so funny.
Put the water on the floor.
What he doing? What he doing?
No, that's what she
I know.
That's her line.
I follow her, man. I know.
I'm short.
We need to get you another chair. We can get another chair. Consecutive year, Chelsea T. Purnell,
Go ahead.
$1 million producer.
Come on.
He was just that heat downstairs from 70. Okay. Jordan, can you go adjust the heat to 70? Yeah, it's on. I think it's on 72. Come on, let me get my picture.
Oh. Hold your thing in your hand while you see me.
Oh, let Chelsea hold it.
Oh, let me get it. That's cute.
Oh, yeah.
One day I'm gonna be like Chelsea when I grow up.
All right.
Chelsea
Have a
had a
seat.
billboard.
Have a
I'll be
seat.
like Chelsea when I grow up.
Come on, Chelsea, you already doing it, though.
I'm gonna be just like Chelsea.
Come on, be just like Chelsea.
She ain't playing. And then we got our top producer again, Tasha Jamison.
Go ahead.
Come on, Tasha.
$4 million. Granddaddy of them all. It's like a Super Bowl ring.
That's what's up.
This is my boss right here, y'all. You always tell me what to do. All right, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Brandon got it.
Oh, man, you ain't never lied. I ain't recording.
You need to get him on the pull-up experience. All three of them.
Man, I got to come in the car right back. Don't play with me.
All right, let's get him on the pull-up experience. Hey, but when you this good, you can't stop there.
right.
I just can't stop there. When they that good, you got to keep, you know what I'm saying? You got to recognize, you know what I'm saying?
So who is that?
Tasha Jamison. Sales units. Yeah, pull out everybody's phone. We don't know what we're going to come up with. We don't want to miss nothing.
Nothing.
Chelsea T. Purnell, in recognition of your exemplary
Nice. Go
service,
ahead.
Come on now.
performance, another stellar year. Now, I didn't read Tasha. Cause she chasing me. I mean, you know.
Oh, ain't that something?
I do have one comment to make. No offense, ladies. I mean, they did a great job, but I don't understand the language of people with short money, so I didn't put my numbers in there with them. So, Tasha, #1 sales, #1 units in volume and production.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Jennifer Abron, Rookie of the Year.
Come on now. Come on now.
One of these that's in the $1 million club.
Come on now.
And it also says the millionaire mindsets of real estate, it truly works wonders. Because she came in talking millionaire mindset.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Let's give a round of applause.
Come on now.
Now, I know y'all in state shocked, but I'm not. So I do have a few questions for them. And then y'all can ask the questions y'all want to ask.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
I have to look up to y'all.
If y'all want me to take the awards from me, we can talk freely. I can do that. Y'all good?
Yeah, because I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't
How
want
hustle hard you hustle.
I just need an E in Purnell. It's Chelsea T. Purnell. Correct on this one, boss man.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah, that's the easy fix.
All right.
Thank you.
So I do have a few questions, and then you guys can chime in. The first question, and I can start with Tasha. How did you find your clients this past year? How did you find your clients?
Jeez.
And that question is gonna apply to all three of you. ladies.
Actually, word of mouth.
Okay,
When you deal with one investor
okay,
and you know how to treat that investor and you do your job well, then they're gonna bring other investors to you. So, as example, tonight, somebody had texted me and said, hey, are you a realtor in Cleveland? I said, yes. They said, how long have you been in real estate? I said, since 1996. They said, you're the right one for me. When can we start working? I don't know where they came from. I said, who referred me to you? But more so is word of mouth, because if you're doing what you're supposed to do in real estate, then it's hard, but it'll come to you.
okay. How did you find your clients, Chelsea T. Purnell?
I would say through referrals. A lot of my clients come through referrals or just word of mouth, and also letting people know what you do when you meet them, sharing what you do. So it was really about sharing my story.
Okay, and what about you, Jennifer?
I had a lot of help from Brandon, but I also have really nailed in my social media and sphere of influence. So a big chunk of my how I was able to hit $1 million is because I had a fellow healthcare provider that knew me and knew, because people could tell, they could call BS, you know what I'm saying? She knew me from before. She knew I was a good person. She knew I was gonna take care of her. And she took a chance on me because she was my first deal. And that, I think, pushed me over the edge to be in the $1 Million Club. So it's just about using your spirit influence, being a genuine person, and that just shows through on everything. And of course, you can't discount. I gotta say, won't he do it? It's all God's doing as well. So.
All right. Give all three of them a round of applause. We're gonna start with you, Jennifer, and go back the other way. What advice would you give the colleagues here what you need to do to be successful in 2024?
Definitely don't give up, because that first deal didn't come to me for a while, and then it was just like I had the momentum going, and it's rolling into 2024. And just work every day. Take your day of rest, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying every single day, but just make an intention, put it on your calendar, I'm gonna work on this today, I'm gonna work on this tomorrow, and it's the little things that add up. Read books, I read one that is called The Power of, there's one that's The Power of One More, and then the other one, I will have to let you know what it's called, but basically it's just saying how little things every day add up to a lot. And so just a little bit every day, you just keep building and building. It's like one stair at a time to get to the top of the staircase. So that's what I was saying.
And how many deals fall out for you this year?
Would we say 30%?
Yeah.
I think we said about 30% of my deals fell through, but I just used it as a learning experience, and saying that just brush it off as part of the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the cost to be the boss, and just keep pushing and keep just working towards your goals. And always think positive, and always speak positive. Don't ever speak anything negative out your mouth, because the power of life and death is in the tongue.
All right. Let's give her a round of applause. Chelsea T. Purnell, what advice would you give your fellow colleagues to be successful in 2024 and beyond?
In the words of Les Brown, you gotta be hungry. How bad do you want it? I really think it's about discipline. For me this year, it's about being intentional and being focused. I am a part-time agent, so imagine with me really being intentional with my real estate license and my sphere of influence as well. It's just considering that, how much time do I want to put in? How much money do I want to make? And once you make that decision, it's a matter of writing the vision down, making it plain, so when you run past it and read it, you'll know what you need to do. So I do a lot of reading. I talk to boss quite often. He likes to text. I like to talk. And so he will call me because I would keep texting him, just on his wisdom, but really also about networking. I just talked to Tasha earlier this week to find out what does she have, what's going on. So I really think for this year, for me, it's being more intentional about real estate and learning, taking classes. I know we all have those hours coming up for our birthdays, but really, what's your specialty?
Right.
So whether that's going to be buyers, sellers, new construction, investors, not that it's an either or this or that, it can be a this and that, but in the information that I'm learning, it's about finding that niche and what really can people look to you. So my goal this year is to become a person of value in real estate. I've established myself in 33 years in early childhood education. I have a phenomenal quality child care center. It's made millions and millions of dollars over the years. But the goal now is to transfer that wealth over into real estate.
All right, let's give it a round of applause.
Yeah.
Tasha, same question. What advice would you offer your fellow colleagues to be successful in 2024 and beyond?
Perseverance. It's a lot of obstacles. It's hard. It's not easy. You know, we've all said how we've lost some deals. I lost 2 buildings.
How
but
much
you have
commission?
About $60,000 in commission. 50 to 60,000 in commission. My thing talked to Letha this year, and I said for 2024, dotting I's, crossing T's, looking over contracts more, you know, making sure we're able to look at a contract and not just say, oh, here's a deal, and just be happy, and then we fall into something where we have to correct it, but looking more at it so that way we know what we're dealing with up front. We know what to tell our client in regards to, you know what, I don't think this is a good deal, or this is a contract, or this is an assignment, so that way we're familiar with everything. We have to have the 3 P's, which is a purpose, we have to have a pattern, and we have to have a plan. And the plan of action is that whatever we walk, we have to talk, and we have to actually do it. So again, my thing would be, you all have had, again, obstacles. I know you have had, but you just can't stop. You just gotta keep going, and just know that if you don't have that deal, you have other deals that's gonna probably be bigger than the one that you have before.
All right, let's give her a round of applause. Any of you have questions for them? I don't wanna, go ahead, Brandon.
It's podcasting me. What motivates you guys to keep going?
Prayer for me, and people, and purpose, making an impact in the community. And I think that's it. Just really the legacy that I want to leave, enjoy now with my family, and the legacy I want to leave for my family.
And piggybacking off of Chelsea, family, I have a young adult and a teenager that needs money. So When it comes down to them, it's not just about that, but it's about you as a parent, as parents wanting to do for your children, and that you want to make sure that they're okay, because you want them to have what you have in your home and not to go outside of home to get it, but to make sure that whatever they have there. So I would say family, that's about it. Family's number one.
Yeah, I think all of us moms kind of got the same thing. Definitely, my kids, that M, I'm not stopping until I get that M. And again, faith, because the Bible literally says in so many ways and so many different, chapters and books and everything, that like you can basically have what you want if you work towards it. And men don't work, men don't eat. I mean, I could go on with all the different scriptures, but yeah, just creating generational wealth, being that one to break the cycle, because I mean, I came from poor, food stamp, government cheese, I graduated from city school, but none of that matters when you follow God and you follow your dreams.
I have a question. I know that everyone in here has a lot that they're juggling all at once. And I have a tendency of wanting to know a little bit about everything and how to do everything and how to get the next license and and I have all these great ideas and things of what I want to do for real estate. But when it comes time for me to actually put it on paper or apply it, I'm like, okay, where do I start? So what practices have you used to help you stay focused and insert organization in your lives and plans?
You want to answer?
Utilize your resources. So definitely, speaking of those kids, they got chores, because mama can't be in here being a housemaid when there's money to be made outside the house. So utilizing your resources, get you, within your, means, a cleaning lady, a driver, whatever you gotta do to be able to focus on. They say if you're capable of making like $100 an hour, you shouldn't do any type of work that is less than $100 an hour. So if you could, when you get to that point that you could, break off a little something for somebody else and give somebody a job and bless them with some money, you should be paying someone else to do those things that are, that you could, utilize your time in a better way. And back to utilizing your resources. This man been doing this for
6 years.
36 years. So I'm not gonna try to make something up on my own. I just call the boss and be like, is this how, should I write this how I do it? I mean, he said, I went out of town and he said, I knew something was wrong. You wasn't calling badgering me. Then he made his money, he make his 30% off of me, because I be calling him every day. So just utilize your resources and try not, breathe, try not to get overwhelmed. Start with one thing and do the next, like I said, like the step ladder, and you'll get there.
I'm trying to get like Chelsea. I'm trying to get him to talk and not text. That's what I'm working on right now. Me too.
Y'all got to decipher the text message when y'all get it too.
Real long.
I have a question. First, I have a comment. You ladies are an inspiration to everybody in this room, including myself.
Thank
It's
you.
going to continue outside these walls. I feel it here. I really do.
Thank you.
My question is to each and every one of you: why did you choose real estate as opposed to any other occupation that you could have went into?
For me, I actually, when I graduated, my next door neighbor, he was in like basic training or something. And they had like this dome, I think it was like off of Bagley Road, where you took like the test. And at that time it was with paper and pen, or pencil and paper. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this test, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make a lot of money, and there's thousands of people. So I can't even remember if they gave you the score there or not. And it was just like, oh, you didn't pass. I was like, I ain't doing this no more. So for whatever reason, I thought I could do the service. Yeah, mom thought she could do the service. So I took the test, and I scored high to where I was able to be an officer. So I just had to do my, physical training and all this other stuff. And they was like, okay, we're gonna send you to, it's like Missouri or Mississippi. And I was like, not going. So after that, it was just like, okay, I start working in the real estate industry, and I'm like, okay, I like the people. It was contractors, it was, Julius, it was Steve Davis, it was just a variety of people. And I'm like, okay, like people picking up checks and I'm giving them checks for jobs that they're doing. And I'm like, I'm kind of liking, picking up checks and stuff. But y'all really not doing nothing, and I see what you're doing. So it was like more so working with people. I love working with people. I've been working with people. And it's just, it's just more so making not just making you happy, but making somebody else happy who may have not had something, or it's their first home, or it could be a rental or anything. But it was just more so, I just wanted to pursue just being in the industry. And like I said, like I went really from the bottom, literally from the bottom of a receptionist, and just took that ladder. And again, to like kind of piggyback off of your question that you had before, it was motivation, because I said, okay, I was receptionist, I checked that box off. Then I went to new construction, I checked that off. I was accounting, I was marketing director, I was inside sales, and I checked all these boxes. I did new construction. So my thing was, everything that I wanted to do in real estate, whatever they had, I wanted to check those boxes off. And I was just talking to my husband, I wanted to check those boxes off. And so we just had the conversation last night. I said, you know what? I said, I checked everything off that I wanted to do in regards to real estate. I said, and the broker is my last thing. And he was like, you know what? He was like, I'm gonna tell you this. He said, you should have this conversation with your son and tell him how many times you failed the test. I was like, all right now, like, he's like, no. He said, but you're a pillar of perseverance. I've never seen anybody that actually took it and took it and took it. And like I told my son, I said, I took it, but my mind wasn't there. I was just taking the test like, oh, okay, I didn't pass. Oh, okay, I didn't pass. But then I was like, okay, I want to do real estate. And I sat down and I studied and I read and I learned it. I took the test and I passed it. And I was like, okay, I'm like, I like this. But it's just being the pillar of perseverance, that you just got to continue to do it. If you fail at it, continue until you're able to just make that mark and check it off your box. And then just go to the next level.
Same question to you, Chelsea. What made you decide to real estate?
Money. No, I was about to say, no, really, I think people just making a difference in single moms' lives. That was really like a motivation for me, working with parents in the childcare industry, seeing moms. I believe you do what you need to do until you can do better. So if renting is what you need to do, take that house and transform it into a home. And I enjoy staging and decor. So really that passion of decor, wanted to make, not just I bought a house, but how do we create the presence of God in this place, a safe haven, a peace where you enjoy coming home, you love going home, and you're creating memories that'll last a lifetime. So for me, it was about helping women. Now it's turned into helping families.
Right.
And that was my first, ultimate desire, was to really help moms find a home and not just a house.
A house is not a home.
Nobody but God. Because when I tell y'all, 2020, not that I've always been a Christian and I've always tried to let God lead my life, but I don't think I really knew how, I guess, or maybe it was the timing of how God was going to work. But in 2020, I always had like a business mindset, maybe not always want to be a millionaire, but definitely want to be well off, because one of my goals is to travel the world, see all 7 wonders of the world, and be able to spend like months in different countries and stuff. And I knew I was going to need money for that, and eventually, passive income. I was actually going to be opening a med spa. I actually had a class set up to go to, do these Botox and filler classes and stuff, so I could start there with the med spa. Well, then COVID happened, and this is probably too much information, but just keeping it real on, life. I was entertaining some nothing ass dude, and that didn't go too well, and I kind of had to turn to God and be like, okay, well, where do I go next? And as soon as that happened, a coworker of mine was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting my real estate license. I'm like, you know what, that really makes a lot of sense with what I'm trying to do with my, trying to have passive income and stuff, because I'm trying to own properties and stuff. And why not just be my own real estate agent so I don't have to pay somebody else? And that just blossomed from there. And then how I ended up at this brokerage was none but God either, because me and Brendan have been following each other for probably a couple years.
Yeah.
And I was just on a humble, just hit him up like, hey, yo, I'm thinking about going to real estate. He like, yeah, he was talking Cartwright up and everything like that. And because of my, I don't want to get into the whole rest of the story because I keep y'all all night. But basically, I even tried to.
No, you need to tell him, because there was another company you was looking at besides this.
Yeah, I was looking at
And then
another
now you was
company.
all like rolling your eyes like, I don't know if you got it going on like that. I'm going over here and talk to them. I'm like, well, I don't want to knock them, but they ain't got it going,
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna summarize the story so everybody want to go home to their family. Okay, so basically, because of the experience I had with men before, like making me feel inferior, I wasn't sure if a male broker was where I wanted to go. I know I definitely
You never
wanted
told me that. No, but go ahead.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, go ahead.
So-
Carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
I know I wanted to go with the minority, so there was 2 other brokerages that I looked into, and the one wasn't a right fit because it was mainly in Columbus. And then the other one, actually, the lady she spoke to me. She's like, yeah, sign up on my calendar to meet with me. And the meeting came, she never called me. So now I was like, oh, maybe I didn't sign up right. Let me sign up again. And then, but I really knew the whole time that God was like, gearing me towards this way. But I felt like I just had to do my due diligence and try to look at 3 different brokerages before I decided. But really, it was God steering me this way because He had put Brandon in my life couple years even before that, setting me up for this. So yeah, it was just part of God's plan, I think.
All right. Mr. Bell, you don't have any questions for him?
He's sweet.
One question. The magnitude in which we find ourselves. Where do you see in the grand scheme of things the predestination of the preoccupation of the moment in which you find yourselves?
Well, I'm gonna go home and make my husband dinner.
You want to simplify that?
He can.
He can.
Do you believe that part of your destiny was Dream Team? And if so, in what way?
I just literally answered that question, so.
Well, the next one, Chelsea and Tasha.
Yes, I think it was preordained by God for me to be here at DreamTeam Realty where we make it happen. So absolutely.
Is that Ephesians chapter 1, verse 6?
Whatever you say.
Ms. Tasha, do you think that there was some foreordained or predestination involved with you being at DreamTeam? And at this moment in time to truly solidify your
time to close the bar.
presence and culture at DreamTeam.
Answer quickly, please.
Yes.
Now you know what? Y'all, all three of y'all need to put Julius on the spot for having him put me on the spot to ask y'all questions. Because he knows that I'm gonna do it in such a vernacular, spectacular way that the eloquence is gonna be dynamic.
Are there any other questions? Any other questions? You got a question? Anybody got any other questions? Sure, go ahead.
How do you structure your day to be successful?
That is a good question.
I don't. You can ask my family. I actually try to scale back. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been at 6001 Cochran and Solon Road for a while and you saw nothing but computers and phones. And broker was out of town and you had several agents and you just get adapt to it. You get adapt to the lifestyle. You try to pull away from it. It's hard because when you love something, you have a passion for something, you want to keep going at it. So with me, I don't want to punch another clock unless I personally say, okay, I just want to do this job just because I want to have more money or just whatever the case is. But when you're passionate about something and you like doing something, you tend to go overboard, having laptops, at your bedside, notebooks, thinking of stuff so you can write it down so you can remember it in the morning. But again, you do have to scale back. I'm a product of that. I do, and if you're recording this and putting this on your podcast.
You know I am.
You change some of this. Edit.
So, you do have to scale back. I have to scale back. I have to do, which I do a lot with my kids, family, everything. But you do have to learn how, okay, you know what? Investor, you may be in California, read 3 hours. I'll call you in the morning. Oh, you can send me a text later when you're finished. No, I'm done. So you do have to get a little bit diligent when it comes to that, because you have to have your space, your life, and you have to have balance.
I think for me, is the power of the appointment book. I use that. The power of no, balance, and I have a routine. So I try to stay on course, making a checklist. Like I have one in the car now, things that I write that I want to accomplish. I start my morning with, on my treadmill, I have prayer time before I leave out. My husband get whatever breakfast, we have that little quick time. I get my day started based on a checklist and I make the adjustment. You have to be fluid. So if like yesterday I had 12 things, only got like 8 done. I took those today and worked on those things. So it's really about balance, routine, intention. I work hard, but I play hard as well. I spend quality time with my family. And I've learned to like my cell phone, kind of putting brakes on that when it's time to put it down. Now we're being more intentional about when I get home. It's like no more business talk, and I do now think this year I'm implementing. I had a client that say, what time can I call you? And usually I'd be like, just call me. So now I'm saying you can call me between these hours or this hour, but I always let them know I will call you back within 24 hours or I'll respond by text. But I'm learning to cut it off so that I can have balance and rest. So I think it's just about having some type of structure. You cannot be out here in these streets just, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You need a checklist. You need a checklist. Successful people have checklists. They have things they want to accomplish, and if you didn't do it today, you do it tomorrow. and get some good night's sleep.
Yes, you need that, yes. Much like them, you know, seek ye first the kingdom of God and everything will be given unto you. So I always start the day, 99% of the days, if not, I get to it before I go to bed. I read my Bible, I read one verse a day, and because I'm still, even with the easy to read Bible, I bought a commentary Bible to help me understand it a little bit better and drive it home a little bit more. So I read that verse with the verse in the commentary Bible. And much like you, I exercise every day, or almost like 5 to 6 days a week. And I, again, with my book reading, and I listen to audiobooks so I could like get 2 things done with one time. So a lot of times when I'm driving and stuff, I'll be listening to an audiobook or while I'm exercising. But one of the books talks about having, which is kind of crazy, 3 work days in one day. And so not every day do I follow that, but yeah, my calendar is pretty regimented. And so, you know, I start filling it in and I make sure, you know, I allow time. Okay, I need like an hour for the gym and work everything around. Like today I had already been to doing a showing in Akron. I met up with my sister for a minute. I went to the gym. I took my daughter to an appointment. I saw a house. I got a house under contract. I bought a house for my mama today. I just got the call while we was here, sitting here. And I'm working on homework and another contract. And so, you know, sometimes you just have to have those busier days in order to get to the goal that you want. So I think you guys are a little bit further in your career where I'm just gearing up. So that's my work day, and that's probably how y'all work days look, but y'all trying to get, you know, on the other end that I'm maybe in a few more years for me. So it's good to know that I'll be like you guys one day and trying to gear down a little bit, you know, so.
But see, you two are good because see, they work out. I just got the steps on my phone, so that's good.
That's good. That's a good start. You gotta move. You gotta get your heart going.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of balance, and I'm presently in school, so I have to excuse myself. I got a post tonight working on my doctorate degree, so I
All
got.
3 of y'all in school, right? All 3
So,
of y'all in school. That's amazing. So let's give them a round of applause. These are mothers, real estate agents, entrepreneurs, working on the job. They still making it happen. It's possible.
And I'm a Bella. Don't forget that I have 2 granddaughters.
Give me some.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, they doing it.
That's
They're doing it
it.
big.
I got 2 granddaughters.